Hello planner friends, Melanie here with Addicted to Planning. If you've been here before, I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new here and enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. I am super excited to be sharing this video with you today. I feel like I've been waiting to do it for a very long time and just looking for the right opportunity. But I wanted to walk you through my 2020 setup in my Hobonichi weeks. And I think I'm finally ready to show it. There is a lot going on in this book, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time in the intro. I think we should jump right in because I don't want this video to be too long. So as you can see, it is getting chunky, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, it's not even 2020 yet. Today is December 21st, 2019, so I have been in it for the few weeks that Hobonichi allows you to be in advance. And I am enjoying every minute of it. I wanted to prep you and basically say, you know, there's a ton in this book, and I wouldn't be surprised if at some point I try to scale back and get back into a smaller size. But let's see. Okay, so the cover is my Foxy Fix. I have done an unboxing video on that, and I'll see if I can figure out a way to link it up in the cards, and then again down below if you want to see that and learn more about this cover. And I will remove the elastic and let's get in. These are my notes for this video. So in the front here, I have 3 stencils from Beauty by Starlet. Link that below as well. I have a few business cards and then this adorable Too Much Adulting die cut. The cover, so I bought the 2020 Shell Pink Mega Weeks because I do bullet journal now daily in the back. I have this, I'm going to sit down because this could be a long video. Okay. So I do have this, I think they called it diamond, but ollie clip here at the top. I got this from Eva, I think, Designs. Is that her name? Yes, I'll link that as well. But I just started carrying this highlighter around with me, and I'll explain the highlighters in a minute. When you open it up, what I did this year for the clear cover was I put the stickers right on the clear cover, especially since all of my stuff essentially covers my sleeve here, or whatever the inside cover. So I probably need to take this off to be able to show you what's behind it. So picture of my husband and I, which always travels with me. This is a Type A Type A for Alexa business card that came with my dividers, which I'll tell you about in a second, but I think it's adorable. Looks like a composition notebook, so I kept that. In the front here, I have a couple of pieces of scratch paper as well as a 3rd grade suggested reading list that I use for my son. This little booklet is an ad agenda booklet. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I don't need to archive these, so keeping them in the back of this hardbound book didn't make sense anymore. So this way I can just keep it as long as I need to, and then when I don't, I can chuck it and just replace it with a new notebook. So I have my ad agendas here, and I have talked about those in previous videos. It is there's a handful of things that are consistent in every book, regardless of the system that I'm using, whether it be a Filofax, a bullet journal, or Hobonichi. Even when I was in strings for like a hard minute, the ad agenda book is very important. It helps me live my life. So this first page here, everything else is already in this planner, but I did remove this dashboard, and I'll explain why. So when I bought the book, I went ahead and got this Midori pocket. The little pocket that comes with the Hobonichi, while very is useful, I found that things just kept falling out of it. I had to eventually use a piece of washi tape to kind of keep it closed so that my stuff didn't continue to fly out of it. I liked this one because it was, you know, significantly bigger, and since it's got this little slot here, you could even put a business card there if you wanted to. So behind it, I have some stamps. I have some return address labels for the house, and then I have this, you know, adorable desk die cut, which I might laminate, but anyway, so it just sits back here. And I did put some stickers on that as well. A little sticker there. Now, I ordered dividers from Type A for Alexa. It's almost like winning a lottery to get these things. They are super hard to get. And basically on October 3rd, she did a Mean Girls release. So I think at noon Eastern, she opened up the order form, and I think she was only taking 75 orders, and you had to basically They called them ninja fingers, which is kind of funny, but you had to be super quick in order to get your order in. Now, a couple things. One, I had never seen the movie. My daughter had referenced it, I don't know how many times, and she always used to say, "I'm a cool mom" to me, like joking, teasing me. And then October 3rd, so while October 3rd was the release date, it's also known as Mean Girls Day. It's also my birthday. So October 3rd obviously means something to me, and it was the day I was able to order these tabs, but because it was my birthday, I actually took the day off, and that's why I was able to get the order in, because I was off. I think if I was sitting at work, it might have been more difficult, but so I think I'd placed my order within 2 minutes of it being open, and I think within 3 minutes it was closed again. So very, very fast you had to get in. So it came, or I ordered with it, this dashboard, which is side loading for the Hobonichi weeks. It says Burn Book on it, has these adorable lips, which actually all the tabs do, which I'll show you. And so I knew I would want to put it on this first page, which of course now I have this in there, and I'd already started decorating it, but what are we going to do? So anyway, so you know what? I said, screw it. I'm still going to have my little dashboard. But now it looks awful, and you don't get to see, obviously, what was on the dashboard. So I thought I need to stick something behind it that will make it stand out a little bit more, but I also wanted it to be functional. So I was so happy that I figured this out, but I basically took a piece of blotting paper, which is pink, which is kind of Mean Girls color. Apparently on Wednesdays, that's when they wear it, but I use this every day. So blotting paper, and I cut it down to size for the Hobonichi weeks, and now I slide that behind here. So now I think that looks better, even with the dots. I don't care, essentially the blotting, because it is very functional, and I still think it looks, you know, pretty. But it's nice because when I'm using highlighters or super wet pens, I know I have this handy. It is like within, you know, finger's reach, and I can blot up whatever is making a mess in my book. So that's my dashboard, and it's nice because then obviously if I have post-it notes and everything else, I can just stick it to the front here. So my dashboard. Behind that I stuck a sticker here. This one right here, use what you have, I think is really important for me to remember next year. I just keep buying more and more and more stuff. I need to start using what I currently have, but these are exceptionally thin washi flakes, so they don't really take up, you know, a lot of space. They don't make it chunky, which I liked. Next page is the 3-year calendar. So I got these stickers from Josephine Bow's in the UK, and I covered up all of that. And then now you can see the divider that came from Alexa, Type A for Alexa. And so it's got this beautiful lip print here on the side, and it just slides right over the page. It's a perfect fit. And so that's my first divider. Obviously you can see I have 5. I'll walk you through what each one of them are. But so my first divider is essentially this Calendex. I'm going to open that up so you can hopefully see better. So it is a little bit of a pain right now when I want to write on this side. I have to remove the divider, but it's not a daily thing, so it's okay. It's working. If you are familiar, and I'll try to link it as well above, my forward planning in my bullet journal video, then you'd know that I've been doing this essentially for years. So this was just another version of this, which I thought was perfect. Now, what I did differently this year is I finally went ahead and made a key. While I kind of remember what I was doing for all these little symbols and so forth, I wanted to actually have it nice and clean and, you know, clear cut, laid out. This is what each symbol means. But so if you're interested in more detail on how I use this, you can check out that other video. And in the interim, you can obviously look at my key and see if there's anything there that speaks to you. As a woman, another thing that would be great to track on here is maybe your cycle. I'm not tracking that. These little red things here, obviously it's not February yet, but these are 3-day offsites for meetings at work. So I've got school breaks, lots of things like it. The birthdays, obviously I have a lot more birthdays in my life than what's currently showing on this video, but these are just the 5 immediate members of my family. Which do I need to know? I know when their birthdays are, no, but it's nice to look at this and say, oh, you know, we're coming up on that one pretty quickly. So that is that. I will talk a little bit about, so I've put a little color, or I've highlighted the month at the top, each one here. And the reason is I'm basically going to color code each month this color. So I'm going to try to, and I'll show you here with December, decorate the month in that color. And that's why I'm going to start carrying around, or I have on me at all times, the one mild liner that is essentially that month's color. And this will be reflected in my monthly spread, in my weekly spread, and then again in my daily, I guess, pages. So you'll see January, and I haven't gone through and decorated all of these months. I'm already a little bit annoyed with how far I've gone ahead and decorated, and I'll show you that when we do the flip through. But so that's kind of where we are here. Brings us to my first tip in, which is a daily and a monthly checklist. So what's nice is that when I open this up, is that still in frame? I hope so. And hopefully not too much of a glare with the lights. Sorry about that. But I can see this regardless of what month I'm looking at, you know, my checklist. So here's December. Where are we? We are here. Very busy day today, but so I can go through and make sure that, did I highlight the weeks that the kids are with us? Did I put our paydays in? Any bills that are due? Future planning section. Big business meetings, happy hours. We have this once a month happy hour with my girlfriends, the dates that the cleaners might be coming, and then maybe schedule a family game night. So I like to keep this section empty because, or not covered up with stickers, because I do try to use that for tasks for the month. For December, I didn't use a sticker, I just drew it out. But basically what I decided to do, since we are in this planner before 2020, I have vowed, and I broke it a little bit, but I vowed not to use any stickers or washi between November 25th, which is when we could start using this book, and January 1st. As you can see, it's already pretty fat, and the reason it's fat is because of my dividers and my tip-ins, not because of sticker kits. So for 2020, I've decided I'm going to lay off sticker kits. I think I have one in there right now, and I'll show you why. And then the rest, I'll add the occasional sticker, the occasional washi, and I'm going to try to use the stickers that are, you know, like thin and clear and take up no bulk. So that's if I do use them. But I've been enjoying using it, and I'll show you when we get into the weekly pages, with stencils, highlighters, markers, stamps, is that everything? And pen only. Which is nice because it forces me to be a little bit more creative, and still, because I still want that little bit of pretty, but, you know, purely functional. So I'll tuck back away my little tip-in. Hopefully I got everything there. Monthly pages. So as you can see, I've done a little bit of decorating for January. I gotta keep looking and make sure I'm in frame. January, February, March, and April. And so far that's all I've decorated. Now, so let's go back. So as you can see here, here, so January was blue, so that's why you see blue here. February, you know, pink for Valentine's Day. March was yellow, so we've got yellow here, and then April's purple, and I've got some purple there. Now, obviously I've not decorated the future, but we'll get there, because you never know. I might buy a new washi tape that, you know, is perfect, and if I've already laid it down, then I'm going to be annoyed. But these perfect little stickers, I can't remember where I got them from, but I will link them below, are all the holidays for the year. And I did go ahead and put all of those down. Some I don't even really, you know, like I didn't even know that was Armed Forces Day. I had to ask Siri. And then some other ones like Canada Day that she didn't have one, so I had to write it myself. 4th of July, and so forth. So one of the things I wanted to mention, so I am kind of bummed that I went ahead and laid all, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done this, but, you know, got gung-ho and started decorating, and then now wishes that they didn't, because I actually have better monthly stickers that I'd like to use here, but I'm not going to try to peel these up. So we have these from, I think these are also from Josephine Bow Designs on Etsy. Now the placement of them, and this might literally not help a single person, but it does me. If you are at all interested in where we are in the quarter, for the first month of the quarter, the middle month of the quarter, or the last month of the quarter, whether you're in finance or maybe you have, you know, every 3 months you need, well, every 3 months you're supposed to change your toothbrush. So in my mind, I know that's January 1st, which is New Year's Day. I know it's April Fool's Day. I know it's Canada Day. And then I also know that it's almost my birthday, because my birthday is October 3rd. So on October 1 would be the first month of the last quarter. What I did for my monthly stickers this year was I put them in relation on the left-hand side here to where they are in the quarter. So January, you can see, is at the beginning, February is in the middle, and March is down here at the bottom. So when I flip to a month, you know, whichever month it is, it's like June. Okay, I know that's the last month in that quarter. And maybe nobody cares. Maybe I'm the only one, but there they are. So anyway, so that is my monthly ones. Oh, I did forget something to tell you about the Calendex. And actually, if you watch the bullet journal video, the forward planning in the bullet journal, it's a similar concept. If I had taken notes about something in the back, so say I had a medical procedure coming up in, I don't know, April, say the middle of April, and say I was sitting with my doctor and they were giving me all of the, you know, like pre-procedure instructions, you know, what I need to do, what I don't need to do, what I need to eat, blah, blah, blah. Say I wrote all those down on, you know, one of the pages in the back here, right? So just randomly on page 68. So I wrote down all the notes that the doctor gave me about my procedure. I could index it, and I probably still would, but what's cool is that I could flip to April, whatever the date the surgery is, and write down 68 right there, so that I can go, oh, right, all the notes for this particular event are on page 68. So I do love this 2-page spread, and I think people probably underutilize it. I think you could probably, you know, even take it, you know, 2 times farther than this and really make good use of this. But anyway, so that's something else that as the year continues, I plan on putting on here are some page numbers for the notes section. So monthly, and then Dani, the sweetheart that she is from Dani Planorama, she knew I was struggling with tabs for this thing, and she gifted me these from Hobonichi. So I guess she'd ordered a couple, and so she sent me a set, which is really sweet of her. And then she helped me figure out how to put them down. As you can see, I screwed up June, and rather than take it off or try to figure out how to take it off and then re-put it in, it's actually kind of nice because I know that's right in the middle. So if I'm looking at it and I see one sticking out a little bit farther, I know that's June. But anyway, so there are my monthly tabs for the year. So let's jump into the weekly section. Actually, let's go back to November 25th. So this was the first week that you could use the planner weekly as designed by them. There's been plenty of people who have used the notes section in the back to draw out their own weekly schedules, which I think is awesome and brilliant. But I was still using my 2019 Hobonichi weeks, and since I didn't get into this book until May, I didn't have any heartburn with putting it aside November 25th. Because obviously I didn't have a full year in this book. So I was like, you know what, I'm taking this as a trial run. This is my toe in the water, so to speak, into the Hobonichi weeks. And now I've got this one, and I vow, again, to carry out the full year into this book, because I know that when the 2021s are released, I will get the itch to start that one early, but I really do want to have one full year in one full book, so I'm excited about that. But that being said, I jumped in on November 25th, and like I said, no stickers, no washi. This is all ink, highlighter, there's a little bit of stamp here, and I loved it. It's been working great. It keeps the pages thin and so forth. Now, when I said almost, there are, so what week am I in? How many weeks is that? 5? I think this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 4 full weeks in this. So I did have to put a couple of stickers down. So there's some stamps. I drew these just using a circle template. There's one sticker. So we had this 3D event here, which got rescheduled, and I had really taken up a lot of room on here, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I actually had a schedule that said reschedule, so I just, I had a sticker that said reschedule on it, so I just went ahead and put it across there, and it's really thin and one of those, I think, happy planner, so it doesn't take up any bulk, so I was okay with that. So that's one. Additionally, same thing happened here. I was going to take this day off. It turned out to be a crazy busy day at work. And so I ended up taking this day off. So I whited it out and put down another one of those little clear, thin, whatever stickers there. And then the last one I have, oh, sorry, and a little bit of washi right there because it was Ugly Sweater Day. And come on, I have Ugly Sweater washi? Yeah, I had to put that down. And then last but not least are these two little trees right here. Again, thin, you know, Happy Planner, I think, stickers. And I put those down before I had decided not to put any stickers and washi in here. So I was like, all right, whatever. The rest of them, I just drew this stuff in. From a weekly layout perspective, as you can see, nothing's really changed a lot. I still do this whole box section here for steps, weather, and dinners. This section is to-dos. This is a hodgepodge of whatever. I've been putting or boxing up the weekend because that's part of the week, isn't it? I think JustKeyz, I think she did this, and I thought that was awesome, in which she used, I think, one of the Hobonichi stencils, which I keep mine back here. Yeah, right there. So, and I just used that to draw around the first day of the month, and then I colored it in so it stands out a little bit more. So there's 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, and this is the current week. So I have, well, you can see I have a bookmark here for the monthly. I find that sometimes, especially if you're in the month for a while, it does that. I'm hoping you can see that. And that drives me crazy. So I've been really not using them. I might either tuck them away or cut them out, the cardinal sin of cutting them out. But so while they're there, I haven't decided what I'm doing with them. I've been using the tabs instead, and we'll talk a little bit about the bottom tabs at the end here. So let's see, I think I did. So you can see the colors theme again. December is green, so these are all in green. November was purple. Now I think going forward, I'm actually going to go ahead and make the extra box that is the next month that the proper color, but this month I didn't. So purple, green, 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 and then this is next week, which is Christmas. So this will probably be, well, almost my last week of green, but it's very rare that you'll find a week in the future that I don't have something on it. While I may have some Post-its, I a lot of times have just been going in and I just go ahead and write it because I don't have that kind of time. So, so next week, there we are. And then we get into the new year. So we'll see whether or not I put any stickers or washi on this spread. I haven't decided yet, but so there's the first. And then, so I did here was 2020 and 2019, and I've got New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And yeah, we get right into the new year. So that's exciting. So as you can see, lots of my weeks still have stuff written on them. I'll talk about my first and only sticker kit in here. So when I got my Mean Girls dividers, she threw in a freebie, which was a sticker kit, which was very nice because it's the Mean Girls theme. And again, since the 3rd is my birthday, it falls on my birthday week. So I went ahead and I put the Mean Girls sticker kit down for the week of my birthday. We'll see if I regret that. But anyway, so one sticker kit in here, it's on my birthday, and you know, that's gonna have to do. So when we get to the end of the weekly pages, I have my next tip in, and that's my weekly review tip in. Can you see that? Let me move this over a bit. And again, sorry for the glare. So I have my weekly review here, and what's nice is it doesn't matter what week I'm on, it hangs open, and I can go through my checklist and make sure that I check everything off. So, and I've just printed it, well, typed it up first on vellum, printed it on vellum, and then went ahead and laminated it. It's a little jet pen sticker. He's so cute. So that just hangs out nice and clean right there. So my next tab, which says I'm, there, yeah, the tip in. So I've got the Moon Phases sticker here, which I got from another shop, which I will link below. So that I can quickly look and see, you know, the new moon and the full moon. Those are the only two that I really pay strong attention to. But what's really cool about this one is on this circle, she kind of, and I am pretty confident it's a she. She talks about what each one means, which is cool, like setting intentions, moving forward, release. So I might spend more time paying attention to this next year. We shall see. Originally, so this is my key. I do not need a key. I've been using these symbols for so long, they're just absolutely second nature to me, but talk about laying down stickers and then regretting it. So on this left-hand side here, I had stuck some mild liner. It was a mild liner, I guess, divider sticker that I stuck down, and I hated it, especially when I started to go down this, you know, whatever, antique-y looking key thing with the clocks and the thing. So I used some undo to remove it, but because it had sat there so long, it did not come up nicely. It tore the page, and of course, you know, I'm in this planner for easily the next year, and I was like, this is terrible. I was so upset. So I had to like basically go through and put another piece of washi down the side here to cover up the hole I had made. But anyway, so that's my first divider, which is I'm. Now, I know that I'm is I index, so the next page is my index. And again, because there were holes here, I had to add more washi on this side as well. So hopefully when I'm writing out my index over here, I just, you know, can stay to the left of those things. They won't be too long. But so far this is my index, and because in my mind, the, you know, whatever 14 lines they gave me here is not clearly going to be enough for the 200 and some odd pages that are in a mega. Even the 75, to be honest, that was in the smaller one. My index was full in this one, and I didn't even, you know, finish it. So index, the next page is waiting for and someday maybe lists. I think the birds are, I think I use that in every planner because I think the birds look like they're waiting. So I put them there. So the next one is projects. So this side's business, this side's personal. There's another tab. These are like more of those super thin washi flakes like I used at the very beginning. These, they all came from the same set. But I love how thin they are, and they just look like they almost belonged on the page. It's almost like they came with the planner. But so behind A is my notes section, which is all personal, so I've covered it up with post-its, but so when I've got the book closed, I know this is my index and I know that this is notes. So then my next, so that's notes. My next section are online orders. There's a lot of decoration for that, but whatever. I was using last year the waiting for spread to track my online orders, and clearly that made it exceptionally long because I'm shopping too much. Now I just use the waiting for actually waiting for stuff, not online orders. I got my own spread for that now. Behind the handful of pages that I've clipped together here are kind of personal. One more notes from a seminar I attended, and the second one is a full page for my middle son and a full page for my younger son, so I can write down sizes, maybe their wish lists, you know, any kind of medical stuff I might need to keep track of. So I've just clipped those off because those are personal as well. But then I've got a Christmas spread, and I had to put down 2019 here because I'm sure further in the book at some point there will be a 2020 Christmas spread. So obviously cover that up because they're gift ideas and so forth. But this was awesome. So this year I ordered on Amazon a advent calendar, but it's Avengers, and they're like little figurines on each day. And the family and I have absolutely had so much fun opening these up every day. And so I decided to keep track of, you know, who was in each box. So 1 through 24, there were 4 rows. There was 4 of us opening it. So we each took a row, and so that's why they're in different colors. But so these are all the Avengers that we have opened so far in our advent calendar. So that's been fun. Addicted to Planning, that's obviously this website, and video ideas, and people have given me some great ideas in the comments, so I take those and I write them down here for future videos. I've got a leadership forum coming up soon that I am organizing, and so that is, I guess my one and only top, no, I guess, well, that's in the agenda book, but top tab. And I just, if you watch Carie Harling, she gave the idea of using little stickers on tabs, so I did that, and so that's the only top tab, I guess. That's to get me quickly there because that's going to ramp up soon. A few weeks back I did the Planner University 10-day challenge, and she sent out this one pager which had all of these 6 things on them, and I thought that was great, so I cut it, or sorry, I printed on sticker paper, and then I cut the, you know, the get organized, the 6 boxes, the little Planner University thing, and then I put it down, and then I was super bummed because once again I looked at it and I went, what are you doing? Like, these are bulky and, you know, But I decided to keep it, and I just added this, I guess they're planner washi, and I thought that that made it look a lot better, so I was fine with it then. I have, you know, the one little tack stamp, the one little scissor stamp, sticker, whatever. Did I say stamp again? Sorry. That is a tack sticker, and this is a scissor sticker, but anyway. So I've kept it in there, so it's kind of nice because, you know, if you're struggling or you've hit a wall or a slump, I'm going to go back and look at this and try to remind myself all the things that I need to do. This brain dump is very, very important, and I've had so much to do at work lately that it's come in really handy, and I'll tell you more about that at the very end of the book. So just a random list, and then we get into my daily bullet journaling. So as you can see, these are brown, so you already know what month that was in. These are green, and so you know what month that was in. And what I like about the daily bullet journaling is, you know, especially here, so as you can see, we went to Wednesday, then it was Thanksgiving. Well, I wasn't daily bullet journaling then, so we didn't do anything until Monday, but it doesn't feel like it's left undone or blank pages. They just, you know, flow right to whenever I need them again. So if I had a really, you know, quiet week, or maybe I took a vacation, you know, it'll pick up just where I left off. So daily pages, and then lots and lots and lots of blank pages, which, you know, I've heard people talk about there's just too many and they're not going to use them. I've been doing about 2 pages per week for the bullet journaling daily back here, so that would be at least, what's that, 110? No, I'm doing my math wrong. Yeah, what's that, 52 times 2 is 104, sorry, plus a few extra weeks because we started in November, so easily I'm going to be able to daily bullet journal right through the year in this thing being 200 and some odd pages. So I will still have quite a few pages left over, which, you know, I could pull my agenda back in, especially if I get tired of carrying around an extra book. We'll see how that goes. So the second tab here, which is cool, I've got, you know, with this little paper clip here, and that's only because I got tired of moving this off my daily page. But so cool, and then on this side I've got a master task list, and this is basically whenever a task pops into my head that I don't know for sure where I should be writing it down. Should I be writing it down in my daily? Should I be writing it down on my weekly? Does it go on a monthly? I don't know. These are just things I need to do, and I didn't want, these are things I don't want to have to continue to migrate every day, every week, so forth. So, or if it happens to hit my brain at a moment where I don't even have a moment to think about it. I just need to write it down so I don't forget it. So it's been going here. This is essentially an inbox. So I've been throwing down tasks here. So while cool doesn't really speak to tasks, that's where that's going. And I went midway, as you can see, through the book. I think I'm on page 100. And that was just nice and clean to jump down to page 100 and start those. But so I've got all of these pages left to use. The last tab is, oh, yes, month. So I've got some extra Post-its here for whenever I need them. And then behind the mom tab, which I think was fitting, is I printed out, or I typed up first and then printed out on sticker paper, both of my boys' timetables for school. So I have a freshman and I have a 3rd grader, and I've put their timetables in my book so that if I had to go pick them up for a doctor's appointment or anything like that, I can quickly flip to my mom page and I can be like, okay, so his you know, it's 10 after 1, you know, where is he? He's at lunch, you know, or it's, you know, I don't know, 11:15, where is he? He's ending world history. Does that make sense? Anyway, so timetables, which are helpful, I have used, which is great. I got like this random pen test going on right here. Now I will say, here's where it was funny, because the first mistake I made in this book was I tried to lay down this sticker and it went completely crooked, which it probably still is a little crooked, but anyway, drove me bonkers, and I had to remove, which of course, as I was removing it, it was tearing the page. And then as I teared the page, I got more and more frustrated, and I had to get some undo. I took that off. Finally, that one came off, and of course, it left just an absolute mess. So there's actually 2 pages in here underneath this divider because they're sticky, they're ripped, whatever. So they're both in there. But see, we all make mistakes. Doesn't it suck? All right, so this is the David Allen's Getting Things Done 5-step to, I guess, unclutter. He says unclutter your life. So all the stuff that you have to deal with and kind of the flow as to what to do with it. And I got this from Brandy+Plans. She was very kind in a previous video to share it. and I basically sized it to the hobo size, again printed it on sticker paper and stuck that in. Then on the back here I stuck one of those, I know this is a knockoff, this isn't actually the Leuchtturm pen loop, but I bought like a pack of 10 for, I don't know, $6 or something nonsense like that on Amazon. So I have a bunch of those. So I have this Friction 3 color, and I think they're 0.38, so they're really small. And for a long time I didn't really care for this, but if I have this planner and I'm out and about and I need to write something down, I don't want to write it in permanent ink in case it changes or whatever. So this is the right pen to be using. I also have this, which should have been where it's supposed to be, but anyway, it's stuck in the back here, and that's my weekly divider, dashboard, pencil board. I use this thing for lots of things, but that's at the back here. And then I just recently made this, some more stickers, by the way. This is the David Allen Getting Things Done trigger list for a mind sweep. And what I did was I pulled the text from his list and put it into this like 2-pager hobo-sized list, and took out what absolutely does not apply to me. And to be honest, there's probably still another, I don't know, 40, I'm going to make up a random percentage, 40% here that doesn't apply to me. But I kept it just in case at some point it does. It triggers something else that's important. But I printed it on 2 pages. I laminated it with a little extra here that I folded over so that it could just hang out in the back here, and I can easily remove it, put it back, but it doesn't fall out of the book. So that's my trigger list. And so when I'm doing a brain dump, if for some reason, basically brain dumps are really useful for me when I'm becoming overwhelmed. There's so much going on and so many things that I need to do, and I can't remember them all. I haven't written them down. Like, you sit down for a few minutes and you just try to clean that brain and just sweep everything out, and this list is a trigger list to help with that. So that is that. Behind here I have a couple of blank checks in case I need them. It's very rare, but there they are. And then I just keep this hobo stencil back here. So I'm trying to think of what else I might be forgetting to tell you about, but that is probably already a very long video. I haven't looked, but so if you're still here, thanks for watching. And yeah, at some point I may, get overwhelmed and just take everything out and come back to this nice little size here, because this is my 2019. This might end up coming back in here when I'm allowed to use stickers again. I haven't decided. That's why the stencils are there, because I can use those right now. But yeah, just this book has been awesome, and maybe I'll do a flip through of this one if you're interested, kind of what last year's looked like. But I'm hoping that I covered everything, because this video has been rumbling through my brain for a while, and I hope that you'd enjoyed it. I thank you as always for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon, and happy planning.